my friends, I am excited to announce to you that I'm now selling clear acrylic window inserts on my website, martinsonmanufacturing.com. These window inserts are made to order. They're going to be custom cut to your particular window size. The only thing I need from you is to tell me what length you need on the product order screen. So why would you want a clear acrylic one to begin with? Well, so this was actually the first one that I ever made. I made this for myself a while back, and then a lot of people started asking me, hey, where'd you get that? Can you make me one? And so I figured I'd start selling them myself. So I made this 2 years ago. My wife and I were living in an apartment, and we have strict management. And I am venting fumes from my laser cutter out my window. And I was thinking of just putting a little piece of wood in my window, but then I don't want that to draw attention. I don't want management driving by one day on their golf cart saying, what the heck is that guy doing, and shutting down my operation. So whether you're venting fumes out of a laser cutter or using it for a portable air conditioner, if you want it to look nice, clear's obviously the way to go because it blends in and looks like a window. These window inserts themselves are the adapters for your hose. I'm going to be selling it in either white or translucent. It's not completely clear, but it's a little more discreet if you're going for ultra ninja status. The insert is made out of 1/4 inch acrylic, so it's nice and durable. And they're also going to be cut in standard widths, so you don't have to worry about widths. It's going to be 10 inches wide for a 6-inch hose and 8 inches wide for a 4-inch hose. The only thing I need from you is to tell me what length you need at the product order screen. And these, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but these adapters are going to come pre-installed, so you don't have to worry about that either. Before we jump in, I'm going to show you how to take measurements of your window on these 2 window examples. I am sorry, but if you have those casement crank-out windows, these don't work. But top sliding window, side sliding window, I'll show you how to measure them. But before we jump into that, you're going to need 3 things. You're going to need a tape measure, you're going to need some tape, and then you're going to need some cardboard. What I did is I just cut the lids off of a cardboard box, and we're going to be taping them together. So let's jump in and see how to take measurements of our windows here. All right, so if you have a window that slides left and right, like this one here, this is how we are going to determine what length that we need. So I have a couple pieces of cardboard here. These I just taped together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one piece of cardboard, and I'm going to put it up into this top pocket here. Let me actually take a minute and talk about this here. Some windows have different pockets. Some you might have kind of a double. There's lots of different window sizes out there. Make sure that you are putting your piece of cardboard in the pocket that your window actually slides in. There's like one back here. Don't be putting it back here. Put it in the pocket that your window slides in. So hopefully that makes sense. So what we'll do is we'll take our piece of cardboard, we'll put it in the top pocket. We do not care about the bottom pocket whatsoever. I know that might not make sense, but trust me, we don't care about the bottom pocket. Just the top pocket is all we care about. Then I'm going to take my other piece of cardboard, and I'm going to put it right down on top of this lip, so where it kind of just barely catches right there, just barely touches, because this needs to rotate in and then come down a little bit. So that feels really good right there. I'm just going to go ahead and lock that in place with a piece of tape. All right, I'm just going to double check just to make sure nothing's shifted here. So I go up into my top pocket, I rotate in past this little lip. Perfect, that feels great. Now let's go ahead and measure our piece of cardboard to see what length we got. So looks like I am a little rough edges there, but looks like I am right at 19 3/4. So that's the length that you would provide me with at the order screen on the website to order one of these. The other way that we can check it with our tape measure to kind of double check or verify our result is we can basically do the same thing. We can take our tape measure and go up into the top pocket. Then we'll pull it out the front face of our window frame. And if you look, we're right at 19 3/4. Technically, we're just a tad more than 19 3/4. I would actually prefer you round down rather than round up, because it's going to be able to slide into your window frame a lot easier. If you round up, it might be a little too long and you might have a hard time getting it in there, and I'd hate for you to have to fight with it. And it's still going to seal well and work out just fine for you. So to see what the final product looked like, this guy is cut right at 19 3/4. It goes right up into the top pocket, slides past this little lip here. You can hear it even kind of touching a little bit. Then it drops down, and then we close our window. If your window slides up and down like this one here, we're going to do the same principle. We're going to take our pieces of cardboard that we got from the lid of a cardboard box or whatever, tape them together if you need to, if your window is pretty long. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in one of the pockets. So on the other window I just talked about, we put it up into the top pocket. That was very specific. This window, it doesn't matter which pocket you put it into. You can start putting it into the left pocket. You could go into the right pocket, but do not, I repeat, do not put it in both. If you try and get your window insert and you measure into both pockets, you're going to get a window insert that is way too long and it's not going to fit. You're going to end up with something like that, and you're not going to be able to get it in there. So you're only going to put it in one pocket. So to get the measurement that we need with our pieces of cardboard, we're going to put it into one pocket. I'm just going to choose the left here. And then I'm going to come over here with my other piece. I'm going to move it right to where this lip is right here. And the test that I'm going for is I want to be able to slide this in and out and just kind of just barely be touching there. That's why I know I have the right length. So I'm going to lock that in place with a couple pieces of tape. Okay, so back, I'll go and insert it into my pocket here. It'll slide just barely through, and perfect. That looks great. So I'm going to go ahead and take a measurement of what this length is. Okay, so it looks like I am right at 19 3/4. That's perfect. So if you happen to be getting a measurement that's just a hair more, I would actually prefer that you round down rather than rounding up. If you round down, it's still going to fit your window just fine. It's going to work out great for you. If you round up, it might be a little too long and you might be fighting it to try and get it in there. So also, if you're not great at reading a tape measure, if you don't have a tape measure and need to pick one up, I would highly recommend getting a fractional one. It's a little easier to read here. But if you're not great at measuring or reading a tape measure, that's perfectly fine. You can measure your piece of cardboard and then just take a picture of it with your smartphone. Send that picture to me. That's okay too. I just need a way to know what measurement that you have. That's all. All right, so the second way that we can verify that is using a tape measure. So I'm actually going to come on this side here. So I'm going to put my tape measure into my left pocket. I'm going to pull it over the front face of my frame here, and then take that measurement right at 19 3/4, just a little bit more than 19 3/4. So I verified what length I need with my piece of cardboard, and then I even double checked it with my tape measure. 19 3/4 is the length that this came out to be. So that's the length that you would provide me with at the order page. And then here is our insert. This guy is cut to exactly 19 3/4. This is how we install it. It would just go into one pocket. It needs to slide past this other side. Then it would drop down, and then you just drop your window down on top of it. Well, I hope these clear acrylic window inserts serve you well. If you have any questions whatsoever, even if you need help reading a tape measure, totally fine. Shoot me an email. I can be reached at joe@martinsonmanufacturing.com, and I'd be glad to help you out.